Hi friends, in this tutorial I am going to show you how to perform Spring security using JWT authentication and also how to integrate Spring security in Angular. First I am going to create Spring Boot application and what are the dependencies required to perform Spring security, how to add JWT authentication using Spring. Okay, each and every step I will show you in this tutorial. First, I am going to Spring Initializer. If you don't know how to go to Spring Initializer, go to Google and type Spring Initializer. Click on the first link. So it will open this window. Now I am going to create my Spring Boot application first. So first time type my package name, com.demo. Spring and project name I give. That group is nothing but a package name. Artifact name is nothing but a project name. I give my project name is a Spring Security and add what are the dependencies required. I am adding first app security JPA DevTools and MySQL. Okay. I added these all the packages app security JPA DevTools and MySQL. So I am click on generate project. And extract here. Next I am importing project into STS. If you want you can use Eclipse also. In this for this demo I am using STS existing Maven projects. Click on existing projects and browse the directory. I am going to download Spring Security. Next, so my project is importing. Now my project is importing. Now I am going to add one more dependency, that is the JSON app token. First I am going to search. JSON app token and 0.7.0 0.7.0 Maven. First one, if you there's an app token 0.7 Maven dependency, you click first one. You're going to copy this one After I'm going to create database, I'm creating a database, create schema, schema name I'm creating, name, security. If you want, you can create any database name. My in security, the database is created, schema name is created. So now I'm going to add my properties in application that properties. So now I'm check that MySQL playing with MySQL application that properties. Database properties. Next here. I added my script for the JDBC for MySQL local 8306. I give my database name, OneSpring, security, username root and password root. Now I'm like almost doing that. Maybe it's not there. That one I need to add. Bring the data source. Data source dot driver class name form dot mysql dot jdbc dot driver. That URL done user driver class name done username password test ID validate done JPS source SQL to current Hibernate DDL data to auto update right. I am removing this one. This is not required. Naming strategy. So this is my database connection URLs. Now I am going to add JWT related properties file. properties. So JWT dot header authorization next JWT dot secret. Okay, I give my name JWT dot expiration will give 60 over 800. Okay. Now that properties done, MySQL related properties and my JWT related properties I added in my application properties. Now I am going to write my logic. Now I am going to add first property public towards I am going to explain later. After that clean here. Uh, Finally, this is related to Angular. If I Angular that HTTP because it handling purpose URL based source configuration source new URL based source configuration and source configuration config equal to new source configuration config dot set allow credentials to config dot add headers dot config dot allow and allow origin dot config dot add allow method options everything and post method get method method delete method source dot register configuration particular slash double star comma config. Final return to source filter source. So now my application screenshot application I am running. I am this bean class I am using for that handling the Angular request. Now I am going to write Spring security logic. Now I am going to create one class, that is security configuration. Security configuration I am going to create now. First I make configuration. Next I am going to enable app security. Third one, enable global method security. Here pre-post enable equal to true. First I import auto y, private user detail service. This is related to Spring security detail service. User detail service. Next I am going to create public void configure authentication method. Authentication manager builder. Authentication manager builder. Passing parameter authentication manager builder is exception. I mentioned this is also @auto authentication manager builder dot user detail service. This dot user detail service dot password encoder. I am writing one method here. Password encoder. This is the method. Here only I create that method. That is public password encoder is equal to third method I am passing here. That method I am passing here. I mention here password encoder to every script password encoder. Next one I'm going to create public authentication manager. Authentication manager. Authentication manager. Authentication manager be that's the mechanic. Authentication manager be authentication manager be exception. Those exception. I write correct be not correct. Here I'm going to extend web security configure adapter. I'm extending web security configure adapter. So return super dot authentication manager B. Okay. Now I am going to create one class, that is the JWT Authentication entry point. I need to create one class. So now I am going to create one class, that is HI package name security. Here I mention JWT Authentication entry point is my class name I am creating. So now I am going to write logic for the authentication entry and JWT authentication entry point. Here I mention at the red component. I implement authentication entry point. Authentication entry point. Serializable. And implement that currency method. I'm going to write here response dot send error http servlet response dot sc hyphen unauthorized person here and unauthorized. So I'm creating JWT authentication entry point. Now I'm going to add here @RTY private JWT authentication entry point. So authentication entry point. Now again I am going to create one more class. Now I am going to create one more class that is the authentication token filter. Now I am creating one more package that is interceptor. The class name is authentication token filter. The token extends once for request filter. I'm going to implement that do filter internal method. Here I'm @auto private user detail service. User detail service. Now I'm going to create one more class. In security package, I'm going to create one more class that is the JWT token util. So first I'm going to implement the JWT token util. I'm creating the JWT token util. Now I'm import that one into authentication token filter. @auto private JWT token util JWT token util. I'm going to write I want to token header here. Token header. I read the token header from my properties file, application.properties file. This one is my token header, JWT header, and I want to read here how to read that one. @value. Here I need to mention $this key JWT.header. I need to place inside the brackets whatever that value I'm reading token header. So now I'm going to write string path token equal to request dot get header. So I'm writing this dot token header. So I'm reading that value. I'm checking that if condition I'm writing that hard token is not equal to null and that R token dot length greater than 7. For suppose that length is greater than 7, R token equal to R token dot substring of 7 are required. Here many methods is there. I am passing the substring of 7. If we go to here, substring, here only substring. Here second method I am taking, I am passing 7. Now I am going to implement remind logic string username. Now I am going to JWT token util. Here I am creating one method get username from token. I am passing this R token. So now I am going to implement that method in JWT token util. Now I am click here creating method in JWT token. Okay. Here first I declare at the rate component. Next implement serializable. Next I am going to write static final string claim hyphen key hyphen username equal to sub. Next static final string claim hyphen key hyphen audience equal to audience again static final string equal to claim hyphen key hyphen created equal to created. Now I am going to read my secret key and expiration from property application.properties file. So how to read private string secret, then I need to write at the rate value dollar like that flower brackets. I am going to take this one JW.secret. Same thing I'll create long, that is the long expiration at the rate value same thing. I'm going to take this one. Okay. Now I'm going to implement my logic. This one R token and change it to token. Here I take string. I want to username equal to null. I will mention first. I take try catch. Inside try, I am going to write logic. Final clients CLA IMS clients. That is the IO JSON token clients is equal to. Here again I am going to write one more method. Get CLA clients from token. So now I am going to create that method. Okay. First I am going to implement again here. So here I am written clients is equal to null. Same thing I will write try catch. Inside try I am going to write clients is equal to JWTS jars dot parser dot set signing key. Set signing key is my secret key dot parse clients JW. Here I am passing my token dot get body. If it's coming to exception, I am written null. So finally I am written my clients. Okay. Now I am going to write username equal to clients dot get subject. Okay. Same thing here. It's coming exception. I'm written user name equal to null. I'm written username here. Now again I'm going to my authentication token filter. So here I'm reading username. So my username is coming here. Now I'm checking if username not equal to null and security context holder dot get context dot get authentication equal null. So user details equal to this dot user detail service dot load user by username. I'm passing my username here. So now I'm going to write one more method in JWT token util. That return type is the boolean. I'm checking is valid. JWT token util dot validate token and method I'm going to write in JWT token util. I'm passing here authentication token dot user details. So now I'm going to create that method in JWT token util. Okay. So now before I'm going to implement this method, I need to create one JWT user class. I'm going to create one JWT user class. So that is the class inside my security folder, security package. So my class name is JWT user. This just is a POSO class. I am implementing this is the user details. User details. So it's showing something red color. Add unimplemented. Don't implement that one. Finally you need to implement. Okay. First I am going to create what are the fields I want. Private long id one field. Okay. And declare as this all are final variables. Okay. Just to type final, it will go on all errors. Final. Next thing, username. Next private. Final thing, password. Next, now I'm going to create my user object, user class. That user class is related to database. Okay. That user class, it is related to database. I need to write that is the one model class. It contains all my user fields. Okay, now I am going to create that user class first. After that user class, I need to import here JWT user. That's why I'm creating that my user class first. So I'm going to create one model here. Dot my package name is the model. I mention user. Now I'm going to create what are the fields required. This class is iterated to database. So serializable. I'm going to create entity. Next I'm going to create table. Name is equal to user. So what are the fields I want and create in my here first field I want to private long id. Next field private string first name private string last name private string email. Next private string password private boolean. I need one boolean type variable that is enable for security purpose. Next private I take role based I am performing, that is admin role or user role. If I I'm admin. I need to access all user information. If I'm user, I can access only my information. I can't see another person information. If I admin, I can see all users information. I will implement that one. Next field I'm take as a phone number. If in your project what are the requirement you can write, but mandatory fields email, password, enable and rules. Okay, I'm going to create date, create a date. Private, I'm importing my data. That is util package. So now I'm going to write my set getters. ID is the primary key, generated value, state is equal to auto at the red column, name equal to ID. Same thing, I mention all fields. Here I mention first name. These are the data field names. Database column name, these are email, password, enable, load, phone number, finally create a date. So my poser class is ready. So I'm creating what are the fields I require. I'm creating. Now I'm going to use this user into my JWT user. So here I'm creating private final user. I'll import that user. Next I'm going to private final collection. Next is this is for guarantee authorities purpose. Guaranteed authorities right PIS authorities. Yep. So now final field I will take as a boolean type. Private final boolean enable. Okay. Now I'm going to create constructor for this fields. So construct I'm creating. Now I'm going to import. I'm going to write my setter getters methods because some of methods is available in user data. I'm creating setter getter methods. Now I'm going to finally First, I create what are the fields. After I'm creating constructor, after I'm creating getter methods, because of that is only finite. It will only getter method. That setter method is not available. That is only final means it only getter methods is only available. Now I'm going to user details. I'm implement user detail. That what are the methods is there inside user details. I need to import here. So that's why I'm importing. The final step. Okay, these are the methods. These are also there. And both I'm using. That's why it's coming to same. Okay, now and first I need to write logic for this account non-expired, this account non-locked, this credential non-expired. Here written false is there. So I written as a true. Okay, I mention here at the rate JSON ignore because of if I access the JWT user, no need to send this data to front end. That's why I may mention JSON ignore. Okay, same thing this one also I mentioned true. By default is coming false. I change to that is true. Again here also I mention at the rate JSON ignore. After this one also I mention true. Same thing I write at the rate JSON ignore. One more time I may explain. I'm accessing this JWT user from my front end. That time I don't want to send this values to front end. That's why I mention JSON ignore. If you write JSON ignore, that is ignore that fields in JSON object. Okay. Next I am going to here some of methods is there user details. What are the methods is there? I mentioned that is at the rate override. What are the fields is there? I will explain. That is long dot get id. That method is not available user details. Is the related this JWT user. I don't want to this ID also send to front end. That's why I mentioned JSON ignore. But I am not writing override. That username is available in user details. That's why I'm writing here at the rate override. Okay. Same thing password at the rate override. And get user is not available in user details. That's why I'm not writing at the rate override. And also I want this user details to front end. That's why I'm not writing in JSON ignore also. Next one I'm going to write at the rate this method is available in that user detail. That's why I'm writing here at the rate override. Next bool enable, that is also field available. That's why I'm writing override. So please maintain the same field names, username same, password same, that authority same, and enable because of that user details also. It will contain that methods, check authorities, password. If you change that field again, it will implement that again one more method will be. That's why I maintain same names. Okay. These are methods is available and project class my JWT user also this methods is this fields is there. That's why it's coming same. Just I mentioned at the override. So my JWT user class is ready. Now again I am going to my JWT token util. So if JWT user, the JWT user contains user, that's why I am creating here user object, user class, and JWT user I am using in JWT token util. That's why I am creating first these two, JWT user and user. Now I am going to write my logic here JWT token util. I mention here JWT user equal to typecasting JWT user details. Okay. Next, and is the final thing user name equal to, again I am going to call that you get user from token, username from token. I passing my art token here, otherwise I change this name into token. And place here. Next I am write one more method, that is the is token expired. Is this method checking the token is expired or not? Okay, that purpose just I am directly write here. First I am checking user name dot equals user dot get username, and not, I am writing one method here is token expired. I am passing my token here. Now I am going to create this method. This time mention final date expiration for that date till date. Again I am going to create one more method here, get expiration date from token, mention token here. Now I am going to create this method also, so that JWT token util contains more methods. So now I am going to write that get expiration date from token. I mention date here, expiration equal to null. So same thing I'll take try catch. Inside I am writing final clients is equal to get clients from token. I call that method get clients from token. Pass my token. I already created that get clients from token. So if claims not equal to null, not equal to null, expiration equal to claims dot get expiration. Else expiration equal to null line passing. Same thing here also. Expiration equal to null. Finally, I'm passing at expiration. Okay. Now I'm going to write here. I call that method after. In return, I'm writing expiration dot before new date. Okay. Before this new date, otherwise it will replace false. Okay. Now that each token expired, everything that what are the methods is required, I'm done. Now again I'm going back to authentication token filter. So only this validate token purpose I am creating JWT user and JWT token utils I am creating 3 extra methods. So now I am going to come back here, authentication token filter. If this valid is true, so now I am going to write my logic. Username password authentication token. Okay, authentication equal to new username password token and passing detail principal means user details. Credentials I'm passing null, and one more field is there. 3 parameters I'm taking here. User detail dot get authorities. That I'm checking username password authentication new password. I'm passing 3 parameters: user details, credentials null, and authorities. Okay. Next line, authentication dot set details. I'm passing new app authentication details source. App authentication details. Spelling wrong. Authentication details source. Authentication details source dot build details dot request. Finally, I'm going to security context holder dot get context dot set authentication. Passing authentication. Okay. And now I'm going to call final Here inside the method final dot do filter request and response. So my authentication token filter also ready. My authentication the filters and that authentication token filter also ready. Now I am going to back to security configuration. Okay. My security configuration. Now whatever I am creating that authentication filter, I need to import it right as a method here. Public return type is authentication token filter. Authentication token filter. So authentication token filter bin filter bin. Okay. In this method I am going to return new authentication token filter. Authentication token filter. This I mentioned at the rate bin. Okay. Now I am going to write my configuration final method in Spring security configuration. Okay. This is the final and main important method. Now what are the bins I want I configure here. I am creating once again I am explain. I am creating JWT authentication entry point 1 and authentication token filter, and I am creating JWT token utils. The JWT token util purpose I am creating JWT user, and also I am creating one extra class the user. So now I am going to write my protected void configure. Okay, configure. Here I mention HTTP security rules exception. Okay, is the void method return type. There is no return type because of that is the at the override. This method is available in app security configure adapter. Now I am going to write logic here. HTTP security dot course CSRF dot disabled dot exception handling dot authentication entry point. Authentication entry point. What is the authentication entry point? This is authentication entry point. Without creating one, you have the authentication entry point. That authentication entry point I am passing here dot and we go to next line dot session management dot session creation policy. Okay, next session creation policy dot stateless dot and again I'm going to next line authorized request I'm going to write one more line and matches and matches. I'm going to write slash star star. So it will and matches means for suppose my URL slash star star any URL is coming. I given that permit all. Next and matches. I given before login. If you before login you can access any method. You need to must and should you need to mention here you give permit all to that method. Now I am going to take in registration and login. Now I am giving to that registration and login permit here. So slash registration dot permit all. Same thing I am going to give and matches login also dot permit all. Before login, anonymous user also can access some methods. If you write that methods, if need to must and should implement and matches here. For suppose you want to contact page before login, you can give slash contact permit all. If you want to home page slash home like that, you need to give. If you access any method from backend before login, you need to permit here. That method URL request mapping URL you need to give here and 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 set dot and matches and matches HTTP methods HTTP method dot options given slash star star dot permit all. If any other request not this request any other request is coming, that is any request that is called authorized authenticator request. Okay, up to here I am creating HTTP restrict disable expression handling. I am exceptionally handling. I am handling that method. That class I am passing here, and that HTTP session creation policy I am given stateless. Every request you take as a new request. That's I am passing stateless and authorized request. If a matches start or registration login any options it comes that permit method. If not, then this what are the methods you mention here? Not other than any other methods. It's tried to hit that is all method coming as a authenticator. After login only you can access based on roles you can access. Okay, that one. Now I'm going to implement again. After the next step, I'm going to implement HTTP security dot add filter before. Okay, add filter before. Okay, authentication token filter. Authentication token filter. Authentication token filter B. Authentication token filter B. Here username password authentication filter dot class dot add filter after. Now I am going to create one more class, that is the ESRF header filter. I am going to write one more class. So I am going to create inside security one more class. That class name is CSRF header filter. Okay, CSRF header filter. Okay. This one extends template once per request filter. So it contains one method CRSF token C CS no, CSRF token. CSRF token is equal to this, equal to typecasting CSRF token request dot get attribute. Get attribute is CSRF token dot class dot get name. Okay, if CSRF token not equal to null. Okay, I am going to create cookie. Cookie is equal to abutils. Abutils dot get cookie request name x s r f hyphen token. Okay, now string token equal to csrf dot get token. Okay, if cookie equal to null or token not equal to null and not token equals cookie dot get value. I'm going to create cookie equal to new cookie token. Here XSRF hyphen token. I'm passing here token. Okay, same thing. Cookie dot set path slash response dot add cookie. Same thing inside method and write filter chain dot do filter request response. Okay, now I'm going to write that method here filter, that is new CSRF header filter. Here I'm writing CSRF filter dot class. Finally I'm writing HTTP security dot headers dot caching control. This is the disabling the caching, and HTTP security dot headers dot HTTP transport security, state restrict transport security dot include subdomains to dot max age in seconds. Here I given 1 year 13153600. Now my security configuration is done. My security configuration is done. Now I am going to create one service that is expecting Spring security. That service I need to implement user detail service class service interface. So why I need to write that user define one class implement user detail service, because of we need to hit database, each table you need to hit, each field base you are writing query. That purpose I need to write one service implementation class. Now I am going to take that service implementation class name is JWT user detail service implemented. JWT user details service implemented class. You can give any name, okay, but it need to be must and should implement user service details, user detail service. Here I mentioned this is at the rate service. Now I am going to create one repository that is for hit database. Okay, I am going to create one repository. This interface I am creating, that is the user repository. Okay, extends cut repository. I mentioned class name is the user, ID is the long type. Okay, here I am writing @repository. Okay, now I am going to auto while private user repository. Now I am going to implement that method, that user detail service contains load user by username method. So here I am going to call user equal to user repository dot find by email ignore case passing username, find by email ignore case. Contact with the user. Okay. If user equal to null, okay, throw new username not found exception. Okay, here I mention string dot format. Okay, I'm writing now user found it username dot, here I'm passing user else. Now I'm going to create one more class, that is the JWT user factory, to create one user object. Okay. Here only I am creating one more class, JWT user factory. Okay. So, JWT user factory dot create, and create method I am going to create user. Now I am going to write my logic here. This not user detail, I am going to return JWT user. Writing JWT user. I am writing JWT user. The parameters I'm passing. That user object is coming. I know user dot get ID and username is nothing but a email. User dot get email and password is user dot get password. User object is user object only. Here authorities. In authorities only I need to write one more method. For authority purpose I am writing one more method, that is a map to writing guaranteed authorities. Authorities. New array list in check map authority new array list of and passing here arrays arrays dot as list. Okay. Role hyphen plus user dot get role. Final I'm going to user dot is enabled. So now I'm going to create this method. Here and change this one into list. Remove this all guaranteed. Here other list no, I will change as a list. This one I change to authorities. Authorities from stream dot map authority. Authority. New simple granted authority. Authority dot collect collectors dot to list. Check and writing one map that guarantees. I'm passing that enable is enabled. Okay. That method authority list of authorities का authority list of theme dot map authority is simple guarantee authority that collected dot to list. Okay. Now I'm writing all Spring security configurations. What are the classes is required? What are the methods is required? Everything I implemented. Now I am going to run. After one this running perfectly, after I am going to write methods, login method and site registration method and user. If I am logging as a user, what method need how method need to be called. How to restrict their permission. For suppose I'm login as an admin, I can see all the users. How to write that method? For suppose I'm logging as a user. User can't access that method, admin method. How to restrict that method? Okay, I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to run my project. Spring Boot application, Spring Security application I'm going to run as Java application. So without errors, my server is running. Now I'm going to write registration method and login method and user methods. If user want to read user method only, admin can read admin method only. If I'm logging as a user, I try to access admin method. I need to show forbidden access. How to perform that one, I will show you. Now I'm going to create controller. First I create free login controller. Free login controller means before login, if perform any operations, I need to write that all operations in free login controller. So now I am going to write registration functionality. Okay, and same time I am creating one more package, that is a service. User service interface. Same thing I write implementation class also. Implement user service. Here I am writing service transaction. String transaction. Here I import that user repository. Repository. User repository. Now I am going to implement my controller first. At the rest controller. Then also at the automate private user service. I'm going to write method public response entity. Here I am going to create one DTO class response. I'm going to create one more package, that is the domain dot domain response. Private message getters and getters concept. Response response registration request by user user user. This is the post mapping. Equal to first ping security I given ping security configuration I given registration. Before login can access, that's okay. Registration. Now user db user equal to user service dot save method writing. So now I am going to create one more class. Here the class is password token password detect. In database I am storing my password into encrypt format. That purpose I am converting my string to encrypt format. I am creating one extra class, that is the util package. That util, here I am write password util. Okay, password util. Now string password equal to password util dot. I will create one method get password as and password user that get password. Here I am going to add static the password encoder, bscript password encoder equal to new bscript password encoder. Now I am going to write encoder dot encode password. Again I need to set user dot set password. Okay. User dot set created date new date. Finally user repository dot save user. Okay. Then again I'm going to free login controller. Okay. Now db user not equal to null return new response entity. Okay. Here response new response user is saved successfully, comma http status dot okay. Otherwise and return null. So my registration page, registration logic also done. Now I am going to write authentication controller. One more method I am going to write, that is the authentication controller. Yes, now I am going to write authentication controller. Okay. Next I am going to write authentication controller I'm going to write response REST controller limit in I take my token header here also at the rate value JWT header at the rate of limit authentication manager authentication manager at the rate limit JWT token. Okay. I'm going to write one method public response entity. Now I'm going to create one more DTO in the domain user DTO. Right, limit user next limit to token. I'm going to write segregators and constructor and constructor and includes serializable and writing user the main method the request body user and HTTP server request something HTTP server response. Here I have at the post mapping value equal to login catch authentication authentication is equal to authentication manager dot authenticate new username password authentication open user dot get email user dot get password. Next final. Now I'm going to create generate token. Okay, before generate token, I'm taking JWT user details equal typecasting JWT user authentication dot get principal. Security context holder dot get context dot set authentication. Now I am going to generate token. Final thing token equal to JWT token equal the generate token. User details. I'm going to create this method generate token. I take one map string object name MIS clients equal to MIS map MIS map client dot put client dot username user details dot get username clients dot put created equal to new date. Now I write one more method generate token clients right JWTs dot builder dot set clients dot client set client dot set expiration. Now I'm going to write one more method here to generate expiration date. Generate expiration date. I will create that method first. Here I'll write new date system dot current will is plus expiration into 1000 dot sign it sign it signature algorithm dot h s512. Here I am passing my secret key dot compact. It written on token. The token is coming. The token is coming. Now I am going to set the token into headers. Set the token into header response dot set header token code. We set the header and I return new response entity new user detail. First I want to user information that user details dot get user information. Next token HTTP status. Okay. If exception raised, maybe user password is wrong, something happening, that time purpose I am writing an exception class. I am going to write exception class. That exception is unauthorized exception. Unauthorized exception. Okay. This is a runtime exception. It appears in runtime exception. That's why I am writing extends runtime. Runtime exception. Okay. This is runtime exception. The response status is server response status like HTTP status forbidden. Protected static message source accessor message source accessor message equal to Spring security message source. Spring security message source dot get accessor. Public unauthorized exception. Super message dot get message. Apps able abstract access decision manager. Decision manager access denied. Denied. Access is denied. Exception string message super message like new unauthorized exception reader get message. Authentication also done. Now registration done, authentication done. If user login, I need to write in user controller. Based on user controller, I need to write if I log in as a user, if I log in as an admin, I can access user details as well as admin details also. If I log in as a user, I can only access my user details. Admin can access both, user can access only user details. So I'm going to create final controller, that is user controller. At the rate rest controller, at the rate rest controller, I'm creating at the rate auto white, rate user service. User service. Now I'm going to create two methods. Public response entity. First one, list of user. Get all users. So I'm going to write this to get mapping. Value equal to users. This only admin can access this method. How to restrict that one? Only admin can access the authorized as role admin. Okay. List of user users is equal to user service dot find all find out. Here I need typecast because of that is capable. Now I cannot equal to this. So that is okay. Return new response entity users from HTTP status that okay. Now I'm going to write one more method. If that is the user can access only user details. Same I copy paste. Just I will change methods. Here I will write get user. Here admin user. Here get user. Here only one current user only. That's all. Get user. Here also user. For this one I am going to write. Here I am passing principal user service get user by email. This principal dot get name means email it will come. Here also only user so I am going to create that user object. Just change this email. User repository dot and the email is equal to this. Okay. So here email. So now that user control also that this method only admin can access, this method only user can access. Now I am going to run this server. What are the methods I am writing now? And still now I am not implementing any front-end logic using Angular. So how to test my methods? Now I am using Postman for testing the what are the methods I am writing, saving and logging and test that user's method and get user. Okay. So I am going to show you how to test to Postman. If not installed, if you in local system Postman is not available, please go to Google how to install Postman, how to add Postman to Chrome. Please add after you add to Chrome, it's coming inside apps. If you don't know how to add Postman to your Chrome, please comment in description. I will create the tutorial. Now I am going to run my server. Postman is open. So I am going to run as Java application. Yes, is already registration is there. Just also here is my HTTP localhost 8080. Go click on the body, enter your details. First name, okay, password. This role is the admin. Okay, one number I enter 12345 6. Okay, now I am going to enter HTTP local registration my method name. Click on that body. You need to click on the drop. You choose that JSON format and you enter first name, last name, email, everything. Click on that submit send button. So user is saved successfully. So one user is created. Same thing I am creating one more user. That is the test. This is the user. Same thing I am creating one. Okay. So next user also one admin I created. One user is created. Now I am going to login. Same thing HTTP localhost login. Here I am passing admin credentials, email, same thing raw and JSON format. Then 12345 6. Click on that one. So user is coming. The token is generated. This is the admin token. So now I am going to get users. This is my method. That is the guest method. I am going to header authorization. If you go type AU, it's coming authorization. Here BS space my password. Okay. Now I'm going to hit that one. This is users is admin can access. User cannot access. This is the admin credential admin token. So now I can access both. So now that is coming locals and tested. Okay. Same thing. I'm going to log in as a tester. Now I'm change here test@gmail 123456. So this is the tester token. Now I'm going to Now I am showing HTTP local host 8080. Here I am write guest user. That method name is get user. Use smart get user. I'm going to header authorization. Here VAR space. Checking that user details will come. But suppose this is the user try to access admin method. That time check that forbidden access is coming. Now admin can try to access user information. Check forbidden. So my Spring Security is working fine. It is JWT Authentication. So now I am going to explain what are the steps I am following. First I am adding that JSON app token in my form.xml. After I configure that form application.properties file, what are the database configurations and JWT token configurations. After I am creating Spring Security configurations and what are the methods is required. JSON app token details and what are the classes required I implemented. So backend everything is done. I hope this is helpful for you. Thanks for watching my video. In next tutorial I am going to show you how to connect to Angular to my backend application. If you like my video, please like my video. Please subscribe my channel for more updates. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.